Okay, I want to say bonjour the way maganak. Uta ipia ay sema kami ko yan umuta kapiga chimu yan umuta ahame ko ta huma haya ihaya kakio da wasim sakuta ihaya chik haham ko ma kami na ya ay teluta muya ya magaya ihaya we stuff squabe sak we stuff ya guta ituta aham ko ta huma ihaya ay achimun itagawya kapituti ahuta kwa heguma ako suno Mshkiki Spritual yang wanma tansi san mis is wapatama tansi se kana wim ko kana wim to ya kakio to wasam sak nusmak japanak ke kakio ke sino kaya good the people that I see all the time, okay? Kwa mina na nasko mawa aham Emily kwa mina wa Lindsay kwa mina kutakna peu ha me kutahu mahi pintum kuya ke kakki o kapitukte ahuta ha big zeuta hiya ipiwich het kapintukta wa kakki on tawa simsa tan sisi sa chimuit tan sisuma aham kwa magi kwa haya iwihaya iwikakagi simuyan nista aham Nim ki kwen siga sun aham eko tapina aham red tail hawk clan aham eko nihio squirrel niya aham eko che Saddle Lake tahu che tuktian eko tihan ba eko tihan makagi haya kagi pe tuktian ta Toronto in the 60s eki tuktian ndawasim sak eki pi wichi chik eko mina eko hanaya kagi wiche wak aya na pel Vern Harper gisiga sut ya guan magi ko isipo tet iki wet kwa mina aya aham ke jemani do me de mani do aham ko kapiwi si ko ya huta aham kakio aham ko kakio ikune kan ke kamios chek kusum na wak kukum na wak kapito te cheko kakio aham na nasko mau kakio muta aham ko tahuta pito te tawasim sak aham stahi sagi tago aham ko mistami na isagi so ya de ko we hatsimu ya kakio tan sisu makis pai puki koi aham Ewa, yo wow, iki kwa aham aya kakio aham aya kachimu tansis you guys can introduce yourself, okay? Starting with the oldest one. You know who you are?
Bonjour, my name is Dee Sheridan. I'm of the Bear Clan. I'm originally from Saddle Lake First Nation. My spirit name is Singing Water, and currently I'm living in Rama First Nation, where I'm bringing up my children and grandchildren. Miigwech.
How?
Bonjour, Kinawea, Luanna Jinkaz, Indigenous, Bijou Dodam, Nihil Squel, Nishnawbe Clay and Dow. I am currently in the territory of the Anishinaabe people in the Simcoe County region. I am originally from the Treaty 6 territory in Alberta, and I grew up in Toronto. And I am a mother of 2 adult children, and I am a cultural knowledge educator in this region. Miigwech, hi.
Which my name is Clayton Shirt. Everybody calls me Clay. I live here in Toronto. I lived here in Toronto most of my life. Originally from Treaty 6, Saddle Lake, Alberta, but I live here in Toronto. My spirit name is Running Wolf. I'm of the Wolf Clan. And I am a father of 3 children and 1 grandchild. That's me in a nutshell. And I work at out of UFT Indigenous Research Center called Waakebiness-Bryce. I am their traditional knowledge keeper there. So, miigwech.
hi to my mom for introducing our family in the proper and right way and acknowledging our father, our late father. And it's great to hear his name and saying how we got here, you know, and they came here in the 60s. And myself, I am from, as everybody else has said, from Saddle Lake, Alberta, but also Mstawassas, Saskatchewan, which where our late father is from. And I acknowledge that that he was somebody that has been a big part of our lives and where we are and as a family and who we are. And my mom did the proper acknowledgements of saying where we're from before saying their name. And and I think that's such a great thing to know that, you know, to know who you are and where you are before you can say who you are. And that's a great thing. And I say hi to my mother for the great introduction.
I also would like to acknowledge my other son, Ted. He's the Oshkabeos here for the fireside chat. Okay, you know, so he's taking care of the Ishko now, and you know, at his place, and so he'll someday you'll see him. Some of you may know him, you know, but he's one of the people that works on the, you know, for our people here with this within the you know, what is happening in here. So what is happening in here is that, you know, we are you know, I'm so happy that, you know, also that I you know, my children, I see my children. Some of them I haven't seen for a long time, you know, some of them for about a year and a half, you know, because of the COVID, and also my grandchildren. I want to acknowledge them. I have 13 grandchildren and 8 great grandkids, and also my relatives, other ones that I have adopted, you know, within you know, the city of Toronto, because I've been here we've been here since the late 60s, and we trekked from in Edmonton, and we made our home here. This is our home. We're urban. They say we're urban. Okay, urban. You know, and so be it. You know, we have lots of fun in here and all that. But the main topic here tonight, and I also want to say miigwech to our grandma Moon, you know, Makwa Moon. She's so beautiful. She's the one that's taking care of us in here. And without her, you know, she takes care of everything, our mother, the earth, and all that, you know, grandfather sky and all that. So those are our relatives. That's why when we say, Bonjour, the way am I gonna duck dance, we are saying that we are, you know, relatives to them. They are part of us. And so that's what we're talking about in here, this whole topic about the, you know, about the virus. You know, what are we doing as a family?
I have 7 of her grandchildren, and I have 2 that live on and off with me, and I have 2 more that live on the reserve. So I send her pictures all the time so that she doesn't get lonely for her grandchildren.
Every day.
So that she gets to see them. And I video chat with her, and I talk to her on the phone every day. And, you know, it wasn't very long ago I was crying. I miss my mom. I haven't seen her in 16 months. I haven't physically touched my mom in 16 months because I work in the field of social services. I have a small store, so I don't want to ever make my mother sick. So I make sure, even though I have COVID testing and I don't have it, and that we use our medicines. I use the smudge. My mom talks about the sage along with lavender because it relaxes my grandchildren. They're so stressed out about not being able to go out, not being able to go to school, all these things. So we make up different games in the house with whatever we have in the house, or we bake. You know, there's just so much that we have to teach them so that they can watch us and learn these things, not only the medicines, but how to go back to the simple way of cooking a meal every day. people eat out every single day, and this is a new thing for us, this COVID. I mean, I don't leave the house unless I have to. This is the first time I've left the house in 3 weeks. I stay home because my grandchildren are so important to me. And, you know, staying connected with my family has been hard. I saw my brothers a few months ago, and I was so grateful to see them, and my sister. You know, they came to me when I needed them the most. And that was the only reason they broke that code, was my husband passed away. And they were there for me to hold me up. And I'm grateful to that. And I'm grateful to them for their prayers, and for them, you know, reaching out and making sure I'm okay, and making sure my grandchildren are okay, and that we're eating every day, and that we're good. And, you know, those little people bring that beauty into our lives. You know, it's been hard, but I realize too that my grandchildren are always watching me. My mom and I were making tobacco ties one night, and my grandson was just 2 at the time, just turned 2. And he came to us and he started picking up those pouches and making them. And I said, "Say miigwech, Grandpa." And he did. And we made all these beautiful ties with them, just because they're learning when they're standing beside us. Just because, you know, when Grandma's making bannock, I say, "Come and help me, babe." When I'm making muffins, come and help me. You know, it's about being that family unit again, and showing them how much love there is, because life gets so busy. Without COVID, life was so busy, and we needed, you know, to be on the go. We needed to be at work and everything. I'm no longer working, so I'm lucky enough to be home with my grandchildren, you know, and to teach those things that my mother taught to me, to my grandchildren. And they're learning little bit by little bit. They know as soon as I bring out the smudge pot, it's time to smudge, or I bring out the drum, we're going to sing, you know. And when they see Grandma Moon, they're so excited. They're like, "Grandma loves us." And I say, "Yes, Grandma loves you so much." And they blow kisses to Grandma Moon every time they see her. You know, just those little things are being instilled in a 2 and a 5-year-old. And, you know, my oldest grandson, you know, he's 14 now. And when I go home to my other house, which I haven't done in over a month, he makes sure he comes with me. He won't let me go there alone. He helps me do all the things that I need to do, because he knows I'm grieving. And, you know, I didn't teach him that. He learned that just by watching the beauty within our family, how we run to each other and help each other, how we pick each other up, just the way my mother taught us. You know, how my brothers are right there. I don't even know I need them, and they're right there. My sister, I don't even know I need her, and she's right there to help me. You know, that's our culture. That's our way. And that's how we get through this virus, is going back to those simple things.
Something I would like to say is like, the house that my mother lives in was, my friend got the place through me. We signed the thing together, and as soon as the virus happened, I knew that I had to leave the house. So I stay with my partner now, because my mom is somebody we want to keep safe, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that was a big thing that we do. I've seen my mom twice since COVID has started, and the one was a couple weeks ago when we got the first vaccine, and tomorrow actually is like myself, my mother, and Clayton are getting the vaccine, the second vaccine shot. So that is something that is really important that we look at, right? Like, there's people that we haven't seen in so long, and then like my sister said, the only time we seen is like we sent, you know, our relative off, Eric, to the spirit world, and in the proper way. That's the only last time we seen each other, and that was an important thing. But we tried not to be around each other. I do COVID testing with Anishinaabe Health every day, Monday, well, not every day, Monday to Friday, and my family, Clayton, Ted, and other people in my family, find out where the testing is being done, and they come get tested wherever they like. It helps them out, and we make sure my mom is safe. And like again, tomorrow my mom's getting the second vaccine done. You know, and that's such an important thing, because there's so many people across Toronto that have gotten the first shot of vaccine that really messed it up. Like a lot of doctors and different people, whatever like that, what have you. But we're making sure that she is safe, and that is our main concern. As a family, we look at in a whole to make sure our mother is safe, because our elders are they're so important, and you know, a lot of families don't see that, and that's one thing that we have, and then what we've been doing. And so each day we've been you know, making sure, and like myself and Clayton have been talking. We talk almost every day or every other day about where the van is and where it is and how it is, and like, you know, so make sure people get tested. I get tested myself with the COVID testing on a weekly basis, because you know, working in that sector. And again, I've seen my mother twice since COVID has started, because I don't want her to be at risk of that.
I was just thinking about this roll back a little bit. I mean, I'll put everything in the context. We are a traditional family. We are an urban family. We are practitioners. I'll use that word, of our spiritual practices, and we also belong to many lodges, different lodges. So we're very respectful of all these different lodges and everything. So that's the way we were raised. And we're all in the healthcare professions, right? Some form of this. So when it came to that knowledge of knowing what, I mean, historically, I get it. I talk to a lot of Indigenous people. I've talked to a lot of people online, etc. And historically, they don't have much trust in the medical profession, rightfully so, right? Because if you know our history through the you know, the residential schools, the experiments, you know, you go right back down to smallpox blankets, etc. Right? Experiments on us, and so there's a lot of mistrust about the government, and I get it, and I understand it, and if you know, I know the history. We all know this history, but we also work in the medical world with them, and we understand there's our allies in there, and they're doing the best we can. And so when I think back about this whole COVID thing, through our ceremonies and through our practices, we were told about this in a lodge a year before, a summer before this COVID started, and one of our elders told us this in the lodge. She's told us, she said, get ready. A lot of people are going to get sick. A lot of people are going to die, the old and the young. And she told this to 100 people in this ceremony. And we were like surprised at first, and we didn't know how to interpret that. But when this whole thing happened, COVID started, I just say, talk personally, I was terrified. I was absolutely terrified about what was going to happen, and because I understand viruses, I understand the history of viruses, etc., and all of this, and let's be real, we've been trying to take that virus out of our own minds, called colonialism. So all of this stuff and counting everything, but the reality is that when I sat and I learned about this, and it started to be, it was every known, I just said one thing to myself. I asked, and I said my prayer, and I asked the Creator and our ancestors that guide us to help me, and I will talk with anybody or everyone who wants to work and help and save in lives. I don't care who they are, right? What gender they are, what class they are, what citizen they are, etc. All these other things, right? I will talk with them. I will share just to keep our people alive. And I knew this was happening. I knew this was going to happen. and I saw the magnitude of this virus and how it's going to affect us all. And so as human beings, I just said, well, this is what we're going to do. And so we're all doing it in our own way. So when to answer that question about Western medicine, yes, you should go get yourself tested constantly. Take that the medicine, right? To everything. And also you can work with our community, with your elders too. Talk to your elders, talk to those knowledge keepers, have those conversations with them about the two ways of doing this, because we need this. Let's be real here. We're in this reality, right? We're in this technological world. I had no idea how to do I was talking about this earlier. I had no idea how to do a virtual circle, right? This is unheard of, right? But we've figured it out. And that's the beauty of Indigenous ways of being, is we've always adapted, right? We've always adapted. We survived genocide and forms of genocide. We're still surviving all of this. And so my only message to the people is say, yeah, you should get tested. And I do every week, because every other week, because I'm the only one who really sees my mother, right? And so I go and get tested every other week, so she's safe, all of this, because I'm in a bubble with her. She's in my bubble with my family, etc. And that respect for my sisters, my brothers, they're all in some form of the front lines, right? Of dealing with COVID. Some of them are in the trenches, some of them in the front lines. And my brother Les, who sacrifices himself every day going into the front lines. He's in the trenches every day working for the people, right?
Mhm.
All of this, the sacrifices he makes. And it's hard on the mind. It's hard on the heart, because we want to be together as people, and we want to practice our ceremonies together and feast and have barbecues and all of this. But we know, well, we want to sustain. We want to keep going, and we're holding on and doing the best we can. And because we're trying to think 7 generations down the road of our grandchildren. I have one, but I have many. My aunt, my sister, everyone. We're all doing this together. So again, it's just encouraging people to look at those things and find the support, because we're all in our worlds, we're all in our agencies where we work, and we're trying to support our people, and in that way, and not just us, but everyone who's in those health agencies, everything. So I think it's very important, right? So with that, I just want to say miigwech, and that's what I'm doing, right? And again, it's very, very challenging, right? But understand it's here, and if we do the right things, and that's what we're trying to do the right things, and safety masks, protection, etc. All of this, take care of our elders and our young ones. So
Back in the original in March of 2020, we that's when things started getting real here in Simcoe County, and it was an unknown fear that was happening. People they didn't know what was coming up, and I saw something really beautiful though around this community, and it was when people started picking up their personal bundles, their personal medicines. They they started picking their medicine. They knew exactly what medicine to go out and pick, and how to pick it. And it was something that it grew into something else. People started making masks for those ones. I know I did. I made many of them for people who needed them on the front lines, because there weren't a lot of them out there. So we had to be creative, and that's the beauty of our people is how giving we are, and it's unconditional. And so I it was uncertain and it was scary in the beginning, and I saw something beautiful too around my family. We were all circling around my mother, our matriarch. And in every different way, we took a role, and we would have family Zoom meetings every week to maintain that connection and to figure out what our next steps were. And so we all became Zoom experts here. And even my mother, she's learned so many different skills in this past year. And so also the extension to that, to our, like my brothers and my sister said, to our children instinctively knew that they had to pick up their bundle and their tobacco and, and put out their prayers for the family. And this is something that, our people have told us this to us for a long time, to be ready for something that was coming up. And so this this virus is it's going to, there's going to be more stuff happening, and we know as First Nations, Indigenous, Nihil, Anishinaabe, Inuit, we're all very resilient people across Turtle Island. But we also know, like my brother Les said, our elders, they're the ones that we have to take care of. As a daughter to my mother, that's what we do. I've taken many COVID tests before I go see her. Traveling down to Toronto, making sure I am COVID free before I go near her. And we smudge just before we go into her house, so we don't carry all that other stuff, that energy, that that fear that can that can be brought in by whatever, we don't know, but that medicine will help clear that. So there's always that balance. We live in this society where we're looking at those four: emotional, spiritual, mental, and physical. We're constantly looking at how to keep that balance in this time, in this age. Miigwech.
I just want to say miigwech to each and every one of you, because I've been, visioning that white horse. The white horse, the spirit of the white horse is very prominent in my family. There's a book called Buffalo Days and Nights about my family, about the visions that they have. And that's what we have. We have that, Listen to your dreams, listen to yourself, take care of yourself, respect yourself, and take the medicines, take that testing, that COVID testing, that vaccination. Don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of it. It was just like, I hate needles, but I took it and I just, I didn't even feel it, So, and so I just want to say to that, we have to collaborate with our, with our brothers and sisters from the other, from the dominant culture, and they have their they have their their things too, that but we have to learn how to work with each other, each and every one of us. Okay, so I want to say again, hi my children, I love you all, and we'll one of these days we'll be back together again, so and don't forget to phone each other. And I'm saying this not only to my children, but each and every one of you: respect yourself. Don't put poison into your bodies. Respect your medicines. Put that into your life. And if you don't have any medicines, reach out. There are people in the community who will share those medicines with you. There's a big future, a beautiful future, a beautiful light in front of us, a beautiful trail in front of us. Right now we're going through a trying period, and say, is this what you really want? Is this, is this where and all that? That's what the old people say. The old people used to say that. We see the nan They said, we will help you. We are here. And that's what the spirits say. We are here all the time. And our people are still here. You know, our people are still here. You know, so I love each and every one of you for listening to, you know, here. And the little bit that I know, I just want to say, be gwetch. I hi to the ones that, you know, who brought in the, you know, who asked those spirits, those lovely spirits, and we could say, you know, for, you know, coming here to listen to us in this beautiful time, this beautiful storytelling. Kagagi Simawin, you know, continue that. This is only the beginning, you know, but remember, we are family, every single one of us. Don't forget your family, you know, get together, talk to each other, be kind to yourself, be kind to everybody, love each other. So I say miigwech to, you know, to the organizers of this fire chat, and I say I hi to Ishkodel, and I say hi to my son Ted, you know, for taking care of that, you know, that being. And I say to each and every one of all my children, I love you, and you sleep well tonight, and we'll see each other again someday. Okay? Miigwech. Ay.
Love you.
Eksamaga.
That's the Maga.
Good.